Hey guys, just got home from work. I hear you guys had a great day yesterday with Disney. Um, I completely forgot about that one. um, but it seems like you guys caught it, which is freaking great to see. See you guys applying what we are trying to convey to you guys, and taking proper thesis trades and making them your own. So. Here's my evening watch list, market overview. Let's look at the market real quick. Looks like we're holding that 387, 388.50 level for the moment. Um, Looks like we're still, like following the trends. We're still outside of the Celts. It's looking like it's coming in a little bit, but hey, as long as we don't break below and retest and fail, like the general trend is just up. It's just like it's this. We've had these grinds before. We had it here. We had like after the big sell-off in 2018, and then we had like the whole Trump freaking grind. So I get maybe. I mean, it doesn't look. What? It's pretty steep. Like looking back at that stuff, it's a quite steep breakout here, and I find it looking at it, it's more decisive than like those like this higher high and this higher high. It's like this almost didn't like this one barely like kind of failed completely. This one went a little further, and now we're going like another like a push higher, a little bit more decisive. And just looking at the market, the way it behaves, I feel like there's a lot of money pouring into the market at the moment. So as long as they're not done pouring money into the market, shorts just have to be careful. Um, Russell Russell's still failing here at that level, so I have like my IWM call spreads on. Um, Let me bring up IWM. Like I have like call spreads here a bit higher, just a few, and because um, with the market, like moving higher, quite risk on at the moment. Who knows? Maybe this bounces off that 20 MA and breaks out. And once the Russell breaks out of this consolidation, which has been, this level has been around since like we've not been higher than this for like man a year now. So this is a big level. So if we break that, I think we're gonna see highs again here. But if we don't, I think we're gonna like see at least the middle of the range again. So we'll just see. It's quite a decisive point right now. The Qs, of course, moving higher as well with Apple being so strong and Disney. I don't know if Disney can be no. Disney is an entertainment stock. It's not a tech stock. Um, but yeah, strong as I mentioned yesterday, out of this wedge. So we'll just see once. I think once it shows weakness, we'll see it quite clearly because it's not going to get freaking bought up every time. Even like we looked at. I don't even know what the news was here because I was asleep. But every time we had like these flushes, the last few days, the last few weeks, whenever it flushes on some kind of Trump news or something, it always gets bought back up. So yeah, just if you're short, be careful. So I have a quite long list of stuff that I thought was interesting um, at the moment. Of course, you don't want to trade everything, but you know, just to give you guys a few ideas and also see just how we think about like our system or addicted's like kind of addicted's the main guy, main proponent of this system. I sometimes take like shorter term trades as well if I don't have to freaking work like crazy. But yeah, so this one UNH failed below the like Below the Celt, tried again, failed. So I could see this retrace to 250. Um, you know, with an ATR of 4, almost 5, I think 250 is a decent target. Um, just an intraday idea. If you see weakness below like yesterday's close, weakness below like 253, I think this could be a nice little 2 to 3 points drop. Next, Disney. I mean, of course. And I should have freaking known this because this is my business. I'm quite glad they're bringing all this stuff up because that gives you guys more opportunity to see the stuff that I've been working on. I tried to like put it together, and I think I've worked on 3 or 4 Marvel movies over the years and about the same amount of Disney movies over the years. So, um, yeah, I hope you guys watch some of the stuff that we did. Um, I mean, crazy, 10 million people, right? That's probably that's the number or something. So trade wise, like after a move like this, I find it hard to believe that it's going to do the same thing again. I could imagine, like there's like a rule that like for a second day play, if it closed in the upper 25% of the range, that it could have like a second day move, and like market is weak and this one just is already going green again. So I could absolutely see this have another move higher. Definitely not like the same, maybe like a quarter or a third of this range perhaps, unless I'm completely wrong. This is gonna like it's spiking, it's gonna do like another move and reach 200 by the end of the year. But I don't think so. Um, but yeah, definitely nice to keep on watch for a secondary to play. Yeah, after like because it has this massive fundamental catalyst, and it doesn't seem like just like a if it was just a quick spike, it would have faded off here. I would have consolidated after this, but it just freaking 1, 2, 3 moves kept going. So that's what I think there. McDonald's, I think finally like where we can be bullish on this again. Reclaimed like this level here, reclaimed the Celts, held and moved higher. So tomorrow, or for me today, no, for me tomorrow, for you guys today, it looks like it wants to go a bit higher here as well. Not much volume, but if this opens over the 30, I think we could look at like an intraday play up to the middle Celts, or just like 96.50, somewhere that area, um, which could be a nice intraday play. But yeah, definitely like back on the bullish side here with this one. Octa, I'm just bringing this up because I like mean reversion trades. Um, like here, like it did here. So perhaps we want to this is not a trade I would just jump into right away. Just look for like some sign of reversal and then maybe play it tomorrow, depending. But like if it tests this 120 level today and then can't hold, like some puts in a candle like something like this, um, then I would really like to look at this for like a fade back to the upper Celt on Friday. So I just thought I'd bring it up. Netflix, of course, with Disney doing so well, and they've already been a bit beaten down with like some people not really believing in them anymore. Um, I personally think that the one second that the business model is different from next for Netflix compared to Disney because Disney is using their streaming platform. It's not their main business, and I don't think it will ever be. But they're using it to push their products and all of their stuff in a different channel. Whereas Netflix is gonna be like the new. TV, like everyday TV kind of channel of the future. Whereas you had like like I don't know you guys' US channels, it was the ABC and CNBC and all that stuff. I think eventually Netflix will kind of evolve into something like this, with like their TV shows of some great quality, but some just various quality. And then like all the um, docutainment stuff that none of the others like Disney or Apple offer. So from that point of view, I don't think Netflix is that like in that bad of a position. And I just looked it up; they have like 140 million subscribers still. So I don't know. It might. I don't know how it looks. Like fundamentally fine. From the balance sheets, but I guess for now the sentiment is negative. So if this retests, the middle celt retests maybe 288 area and can't hold, then definitely definitely short. And even like if it gaps down and can't even like say get over this 285 level, even more so short for hey, there's nothing here. There's a 270, 272, 271, 50, 270. That's kind of the areas where there's the next like higher time frame support or this channel, of course. So yeah, there's definitely like some meat there that could be taken advantage of. Autodesk into the 200 MA. Um, I personally, like I use the 200 MA mainly for back testing, but a lot of people look at it, so we shouldn't ignore it. Um, Coinciding with quite a bit of a resistance level here, it's had quite the run. So the mean reversion trader in me wants to short this again. This I think could be a great great opportunity for a spread. Um, as I'm trying to like bring this in for every watch list, so you guys get like a bit of a uh, a picture of how I would trade this. Oh, not going to trade this because there's like that purple line says earnings is on November 26th, and I'm not going to hold like a swing position into earnings. And I want at least like the 20 days, 21 days out for a position. So I'm not going to trade this. It's that simple. If there was no earnings, I would have probably looked at this expiration, $2.50 Y. We want about 83 cents. Could probably even go further out. So 85 cents, 66% pop. Nice risk two to make one like high probability trade. And if it heads higher, you could add like another one on top. Just build into a short because this is, I think, needs to retrace at least down to the upper kilt again. So, but earnings, careful with earnings. Autodesk, they make all the products that I work with as an animator. So I think, and they have like a huge moat in this industry because every studio, every major visual effects studio that I've worked at works with their products. They have like all the products that the industry uses. Like 75% of all the products that the industry uses are used by made by Autodesk. So even though they're not the best, they just there's no way that in the foreseeable future people are gonna switch software. So that to me is like quite a fundamental, like a positive catalyst fundamentally. So perhaps into earnings that could be kept in mind. But for now, I think perhaps also like looking at earnings, a bit of profit taking into that. Um, I would probably like if I was trading this, I would probably go with some weekly option. They're gonna be expensive, but like some say target 153, maybe you can buy the 155 or something like that. And like, of course that's a momentum trade, so you have to go be in and out quick so you don't lose too much of the time value, but at least hopefully the volatility like the Vega is going to help you with. That's just, yeah, like a bit of an opinion on Autodesk. Shopify, I closed my long too soon, reclaimed the middle, and even closed over the 30. So what I probably want to see is here like a retest of the middle, and then break out of the 30, and hopefully followed by a bullish cross of the 14 and the 30. So we could see this like go back to highs or wherever it wants to go. Amazon, um, I just like that from a technical point of view. I should have looked at this yesterday because it failed. Did I look at it yesterday? No, I didn't. Failed that middle celt and sold off nicely. So I think there might be another leg in this for this like this kind of support level at 1736, 1737, lower celt as well. Um, Another just an intraday idea. Roku, that thing is strong as well. It's crazy. Especially that's another streaming platform. There you see like what the market thinks. Um, Again, like just crazy strong after earnings. I think it's time for some profit taking at some point. Say perhaps at this 143, 144 level, because like we had a base here a few times, then it topped out here, and come on, look at this move. Just there needs to be a pullback at some point. If it, like it might spike into 145 in the morning or something like that, like early big move and then fade back. So if this tomorrow, if I was trading this and this spiked into 145, I would get puts up there for the fade. I would probably get the end of week puts for a fade back down into the 140 area. AMD broke out of this consolidation. Crazy stock as well, crazy strong. Um, Lovely pattern here. Could have been a nice long as well if you guys weren't looking at Disney. So this one, I don't know. It's completely overextended. Look at this move. But as long as it's not showing any weakness, which it doesn't, um, it's not it doesn't make sense to short this. Pulled back a little bit from the highs, I guess. With this was probably those market news, but recovered as well, and looks like doesn't want to hear anything about market weakness. So the market is just about to go green. I see. So yeah, I mean, if you're not already long, it's probably a bit too late to get long here. But maybe some kind of intraday play might like see some opportunity somewhere. Same with Microsoft. I mean, it's not as crazy, so just with range, and it's not breaking out completely vertically. But that was well, of course, it's overbought. So not if you're not long, I would not go long up here. I would just look for some kind of weakness. Say like if it breaks, like it's been supporting here 146.50. That 146.50 level. If it breaks below, which would also coincide with like the 1 hour middle celt, 146.50 is just that here it's like on the 4 hour, it's kind of that like the bottom of that consolidation range. So that would probably be like a first signal of weakness. Or if you get like the other way that I always start switching bias is when you get like intraday a big ass spike, like a parabolic, and just goes completely nuts. That's often a sign of exhaustion as well. Say tomorrow in SPY we get like some kind of news or something, or it's gonna blow off and gives like a tick extreme, a bullet like to the upside. that to me would be a signal to um, start shorting, just like some kind of signal of exhaustion. Um, Nvidia, that one is showing a little bit of weakness, but then again, it held the 30. So after failing the upper Celt, this is textbook actually. Failed the upper Celt, retest almost at the 30, and then it came back up. So again, this is not a long-term short. You want to see what happens next. If it reclaims, like say that 210 level, 211, something like that, and then like if we break out of this, like this topping thing again, then I guess we're gonna be seeing another move in Nvidia as well. Team Atlassian, it's the same, like similar topic here again, into the 200 MA, into a resistance level. I've had that up yesterday as well, so it failed the 200, but it held the 30. I just realized that Nvidia held the 14, not the 30. Come on. Yeah, it held the 14, not the 30. Just to be accurate there. So it held the 30. So we'll see that one as well. Like it's kind of over that resistance level as well. So if we get like a breakout higher, break yesterday's high, I think that upper Celt is absolutely in play. And then what I love is when something goes from lower Celt, like below lower Celt, reclaims and gets below the above the upper Celt, retests and holds that. I love that as a long signal. So maybe like next few weeks we might see something like that here. Apple. I mean, again, how overbought is this? You can't like it's crazy this move. Like, completely like like the curve steepens, it steepens, it steepens. So I'm short. I'm short Apple. And I'm going to get shorter tomorrow. Because this needs to pull back at least into the like into this consolidation upper Celt kind of area. Um, so yeah, that's just I mean yeah, there's nothing else to say. This is not sustainable. That's what I'm saying. But this move that shows risk on. Like market is just there's just money pouring into the market into these tech stocks, especially AMD's the same, and this Apple. It's just crazy. Baba failed the upper Celt, held the 14. Um, this one looks a little bit like a failed breakout to me. So probably I kind of see also looking at how it's behaving now. It's coming back up with the market, but see how it behaves if it retests 184. If it fails just at this level here, 182.50, 183, then I think 180 is back in play, and then the bottom of this trend line. So that might be like a bit of a short idea there. My internet is still going crazy because the fires are still going on down here. Twitter. This one is hard to say. Like it's holding, right? It's holding, it's consolidating, deciding what it wants to do next. What I saw yesterday is, like this lower high. It couldn't hold, it couldn't break the 297, 2930 and 2935. And that yesterday was just a complete like inside day. So either, like this one is hard to assess. I think if this breaks down, you have a nice, like a lot of room down to 28, which could be a great trade swing, but it has to break first. TTD, another one that's completely, moving. But I warned yesterday. I told you guys that this could totally go further. it is in this, area of a bit of resistance, more resistance here. There's going to be more resistance around this area, more here. So it's coming into like the real brunt of resistance is going to be somewhere like in this area. So if this holds, I think 240 and to 246, 250. If this keeps going, um, these are definitely like more resistance areas. But I don't see this go straight up into 245, 250. Um, this is a reaction to earnings, of course, but I wouldn't like for these levels to be reached like more healthily. I would really like to see a retest of the upper Celt of that, like this kind of level here, 220, before we head higher. But I think definitely in play, something to look at. Spot, I like this a lot. Still, like we're bullish on the market and stuff is going like crazy. So this had a great reaction on earnings, pulled back orderly, like diminishing volume, and then the green days see a bit more volume. So if this gets over 148 tomorrow, I could see this back at highs really soon. 148, 150, of course, is like a big level always. But yeah, looking really good, like for like a really pretty flag. Adobe, another nice flag. So if this breaks, this high here, it has like quite a bit of room up to like 298 or even 300 midterm. Um, you know, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher high, higher high. So, I mean, don't fight the trend, you know. This already almost retested the Celt on the gap up day. I don't know, there must be some fundamental reason behind this, but just technically, this looks really pretty. There's also gap to fill here. Like the way I look at gaps is I look at, where are you here? Like the close and then the highest it got intraday to, because from the close, the next price that we got is the open of the next bar, right? So like that's the actual gap range. So even has this gap to close, maybe it wants to fill that gap and then reverse a little bit, or just keep going into that 298. We'll see. Another bullish case, a really pretty looking flag, if you ask me. The only thing that I would say here, it's going straight up. Another, like another higher dip and then go, that will probably be a bit healthier, but we'll see. Facebook failed that upper Celt, but held this support area, like resistance turned into support, which is a 193 level to be a bit more accurate, I guess. That one, if like maybe might want to consolidate a bit, or if it pulls back, that's not unhealthy either. Let me pull the trend line. I guess that's the trend line. I'm not a huge fan of trend lines, but sometimes I see people liking it, so I want to accommodate that as well. Yeah, perhaps a pullback into the trend line, we'll see. But as well, really like broke out of resistance level, so far bullish case as well. Boeing failed the upper Celt, failed that resistance area. If this goes back below 360, probably the 30 or the middle Celt next target for like an intraday trade. And lastly, Tesla is finally coming in. Nice red day. Couldn't hold, couldn't hold, couldn't hold. Nice. Failed on the hourly. Testing, testing that upper Celt, and then 340 as that breakout level. I could see a gap fill here, midterm as well. Midterm being, next week or something like that, or maybe if the market does stay weak, which it doesn't look like it right now, but if it's finally showing some weakness, then we might even see the upper celt again, or maybe even because this one's wild, right? This one can go really freaking wild if it wants to. So maybe even the 310 area. Um, I have a friend teasing me about Tesla because he got lucky. He bought it somewhere here, and now he's teasing me. Oh yeah, you're trading. I made like 6 grand in what's that? 2 weeks. But he had like all he did was buy because a friend of a friend told him. So I personally really want this freaking thing to pull back, so he loses his money. And it's being proven, like that. Buying on tips is not uh, the way to invest. Well, yeah, that's my list for today. It's been a long one. I hope you guys are still with me. Thanks for all the likes. Thanks for the shout outs. Thanks for all the participation in chat. I think we're really building a nice group now. It's really nice to see some of you guys slowly starting to succeed and finding, like a bit of a style and what you guys want to do, and finding your own ideas. I think that's so important. So, yeah, congrats to everyone. I think you're a great group, and it's really fun watching you guys develop. So, yeah, please like this video, blah, 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 for the algorithm. Perhaps even comment. I think that's good for the algorithm as well. And again, I hope I'll see you guys into the close. And good luck.